Hello and welcome to your quick in-bed Pilates. Obviously you may be able to tell I'm not in bed, I'm on the mat, so you can also do this on the mat too. If we haven't met before, my name is Emma, I am registered blind, still have some vision, but my guide dog's at the side, he might join us. He's flaked out, it's very hot in here, hence the sweat. But yeah, I try to audio describe everything in as much detail as possible so that they are accessible for blind and visually impaired people. But also, when you've just woken up, your eyes are like, whoa, it's too bright, you can just listen along so you don't have to look at your phone. So let's get ready to go. It works for everyone. So I'm going to try and get this done before they start drilling outside again, so excuse that. But I generally start these ones in a nice full body stretch. So I want you to stretch your legs long, stretch your arms long, maybe get a pillow, or if you're on the mat, a block like me, and stretch your arms and legs as long as they can go. Just check my microphone's on. And I want you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. I mean, the deepest breath you've taken in today, and fill out from the tips of the fingers to the toes. And breathe out, just let it go. Breathe in again and just notice how long you can breathe in for. And as you breathe out, see if you can breathe out for just an extra second or two. Nice. Good. Interlace your fingers and let's stretch them all the way up to the ceiling, rounding your shoulders off of the bed. Press your palms away from you. And then take your arms all the way up over your head and stretch them as long as they can go. Maybe you're holding onto the bed frame. Nice, stretch your arms out to the side. Just let your hands, the back of the arms rest on the bed or the floor. And bend your knees, allowing your feet to settle on the bed or on the floor. And just start to sway your legs from right to left, twisting from the waist. The legs can zigzag. I just want you to really let the legs feel free here. Just waking up through your back, getting this lovely twist. And feeling as your arms are to the side, like the opposite arm is anchoring down. Anchoring you down to the other side. Yeah, just really nice to the back. Good. From here, roll all the way onto one side. So just flip yourself over and use the underneath arm if you need to, like a little head rest. So we're going to tuck the underneath. So we're going to bend both knees. And then we're going to take, so I'm laying on my right, but if I'm mirroring you, it'll be your left. So you're laying on your left and your right leg is on top. You're going to take hold of just above the ankle on that top leg, and you're going to see if you can stretch the leg back slightly and feel the hips and the thighs at the front, your quads opening out. Good, and just really see if you can stretch back. Nice little stretch through the shoulder as well. Good, from there, see if you can bring that leg in and hug it all the way into your chest. Maybe wrap the other arm around and give it a big squeeze in. From there, can you stretch the leg out in front and just let it rest on the bed and see if you can get this lovely stretch through the back of the leg. Now, if you want to, you may be holding with the same arm, so right arm on the right foot, or you may be using the other arm to pull it in depending on your flexibility. And just breathe. And maybe open the other arm back behind you, getting this little stretch through your shoulder. Good. From there, keep that leg straight, but roll back onto your back. And that leg that was straight in front, keep it straight up to the ceiling. Take the hands behind the back of the leg and see if you can pull it in a little bit more for a hamstring stretch. And then bend the knee in for me. Give the knee a little hug into the chest. And then stretch the leg back out to the ceiling. Other leg can be bent or the leg can be straight down. One more time, bending and straightening. Good, and then hug that knee in. Hug the knee all the way into the chest, give it a nice little squeeze. And here, you might need to shuffle a little bit here. You can either stay here and stretch the opposite leg long and open the hip flexors. Or you can shuffle yourself down to the end of the bed and see if you can hang that length of leg off the bed a little bit. And it just deepens the stretch through the hips. But your back, your lower back shouldn't be rising. Sorry for the London sirens here. You don't want your lower back to arch up, so try to pull it down. Good. Come back into a full body stretch for me. Reach the arms, reach the legs nice and long. Good, and let's open the arms back out. Bend the knees and let the legs rock over to the other side. I'm going to turn so I'm still facing the mirror, and let's do all of that on the other side just before we finish. So you're now on your other side. Arm can be tucked underneath. Bend your knees, hips are stacked, and then take your hand around the top of the ankle of that front top leg and see if you can stretch the leg back, opening out through the thigh. A little bit through the shoulder, a little bit as well, maybe. And see how far you can take that leg back. Good. Hug that knee all the way into your chest. Give it a nice little squeeze. And then stretch that leg out nice and long to the side, feeling the back of the leg. Holding the back of the leg with the arm, either one. Maybe stretch the top arm back a little bit, opening out through the chest. And then take hold of that leg that's stretched out in front of you. Roll onto your back. You might need to shuffle. I'm bringing the mat with me. And stretch that leg all the way up to the ceiling, feeling your hamstrings. Other knee may be bent on the bed, or it may be straight. Hug that knee into the chest. And then stretch the leg back up again. Just a nice little stretch through the hamstrings. Good. Hug the leg all the way into your chest. If there's knee pain, you might hold behind the thigh. And then stretch your other leg nice and long, feel the hip flexors. And if you're able to shuffle down the end of the bed, hang your leg that's lengthened slightly off the bed. This will open the hips a little more. Don't let your lower back arch. Good, and just breathe. Good, stretch the arms and legs nice and long again. Come into a nice full body stretch. Good, and then slowly roll onto your front, last little bit. Hands and knees, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and give me a big stretch all the way up, rounding your spine all the way up to the ceiling. And then go in the opposite way, lifting the chest, the tailbone. And then I just want you to move however you need to. So maybe a little wiggle to the side, circling around, dropping through the shoulders, whatever feels best. Good. And then sit back towards your heels. Tuck your toes if you can. No worries, you might be still on your back if this is uncomfortable. Hugging your knees to the chest. But otherwise, tuck your toes, press the hands into the bed, and then walk in a little bit more. See if that feels okay. And then maybe sit all the way back onto your toes. Sitting back onto your heels, toes are tucked under, and get this lovely stretch for the feet. Interlace the hands behind your back, pull the arms back, open the chest a little bit. Good. From there, shuffle yourself so that your legs are hanging off of the bed. Feet are on the floor. If you're on the mat, you might just be able to come into a crouch and straighten your legs. So you're now off the end of the bed, you've straightened your legs and you're reaching down for your toes, and just see how the hamstrings feel. Good, and then take a roll all the way up to standing. Lift nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back and down. And take a nice big stretch of the arms all the way up to the ceiling. And then breathe out and just let everything go, let everything relax. Maybe swing down to the legs and then come up one last time. Big stretch up. Breathe out. And look at that, you're out of bed. You're ready to go for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and if you want more of these, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next one. I'll see you next time for another one. Take care. Bye.